the BPO Break Room Podcast. Welcome back to another episode. This is JA.
Hello everyone, this is KA.
And those that are watching and listening to us right now, please do not forget to subscribe on our channels and give us a like and pakishare na din. Hindi ba, Kay?
Correct. Kung ang taas ng energy natin today, halatang mga nakapag-almusal.
Kasi 80% or at least more than 80% of the people who have seen and listened to our past episode are not our subscribers yet. So make sure that as you listen, mag-multitask naman kayo. Hindi naman ganun kahirap. Ang i-click ang subscribe button, hindi ba? Nagigigil ako sa inyo eh. Charot lang.
Gigil-gigil, gustong manakit.
Kaya
Ganon.
nga. Another triggering questions here is, are we addicted to the grind? The reason why it's so hard for us to achieve work-life balance.
Ay, ang hirap naman sagutin yan. Pero kasi most of the time, as per the BPO culture, no, people there often glorifies the hustle and overwork. I don't think nasa BPO lang din naman, no? Pero kasi majority of the time, people in the BPO workspace tends to do that. I don't know, maybe it's because of the hierarchy of the level of their role. Kasi syempre, everybody wants to level up, di ba? So, the more that they show hustle and yung nag-overtime sa work, the more that they get to consider to be promoted to such role, di ba?
Correct. To be masipag, parang ang connotation attached with you overworking, you going on overtime and whatever is, ay, ang sipag naman nito. Ay, magayahin mo si agent na ganito, gaya mo si employee number 2. Lagi siya nag-OT, ang galing-galing niya, ang sipag-sipag niyan. So, I think that's one of the reasons why most people are trying so hard and almost impossible to achieve work-life balance because at the back of their mind is, nako, if nag-work-life balance ako, baka sakalain nila is tamad na ako.
Pero at the end of the day, other people would ask that person na maybe you're doing something na hindi siya effective or efficient. That's why you keep ending up, extending working hours, di ba? May mga ganun kasi instances. It's not something that they realize during the time that they're doing it. So, yun lang. Kumbaga parang sayang, no?
Oo,
I mean,
sayang
nasasayangan
talaga.
ako sa time and effort.
Okay, mag-overtime, mag-undertime kayo. Mabago.
Opposite, no? Let's do undertime na lang instead.
Sa mga work from home, yes, correct. Most especially, syempre gabi yan, kapag during break or lunchtime mo, you have nowhere else to go, right? It's either kakain ka din after you're done eating, babalik ka na agad early sa trabaho mo, or sometimes you will work while eating because again, wala kang ibang gagawin eh. Lumabas kang gabing-gabi. Di ba? So that's the reason why yung mga remote workers sa BPO and even the hybrid work setups ay hindi na masyadong na-achieve ang work-life balance na paghahalo na ang personal and work time during their shift.
Kaya nga, di ba, like last time, what we talked about, some of the disadvantages working at home is that parang minsan hindi mo namamalayan na, oo, madali lang mag-extend kasi nasa bahay ka lang naman, uupo ka lang, nasa harap ka ng computer mo, right? Pero kasi, during those times na nag-extend ka, unti-unti, nasasanay ka sa ganun, pero yung katawan mo hindi nakakasabay.
Another reason din siguro is we are afraid. There's always a fear of falling behind. The people around you or some of the people around you, they're doing extended work, they're being overworked, and you are afraid na baka maiwanan ka. Right? You're concerned about your job
Correct.
security or you are afraid being outperformed by these people who trabaho lang ng trabaho. Yung ganong klaseng extent. Kaya nakaka-pressure din siya and nakaka-build na anxiety just thinking that you might fall behind. The next trigger question is, does getting boundaries mean saying no more often?
Ito. Gusto ko tong marinig sa'yo, Jay.
Basahin ko ulit ba? Charot. Setting boundaries is saying no more often. I think only a portion of it. You also have to remember that saying no is not just about refusal. It's also about choosing when to say yes and ensuring priorities, your well-being and capacity are respected. Yun ang take ko dito na hindi lang talaga siya about saying no, but it's also knowing when to say yes.
Natumbok mo talaga yon. Kasi 'di ba, yung iba, they tend to set boundaries all the time until they don't realize na parang nagiging unhealthy na siya to a point na nagiging ina-isolate mo na yung sarili mo sa lahat ng bagay, which is hindi tama. And you also have to remember that you have a responsibility to your role eh.
Ginawang literal yung lahat ng sabihin sa kanya ng boss na, no, no, no.
No. I'm trying to achieve here a work-life balance.
One of the most toxic characteristics ng topic na to is because sa BPO world, if you are doing great, if you are an excellent worker, if you are the top performers, if you are a great leader, they reward you with more work or projects to spearhead and whatnot. Nakakala ng mga tao sa paligid, most especially the bosses, ay si Ursula ka na kaya mong mag-manage ng 10 tasks at a time, hindi ba?
Parang hirap naman nun. Hindi ko ma-imagine ha. Kasi syempre magkakaiba ng density yung mga projects na binabato sa iyo, di ba? So, ayun. But, majority of the time kasi, you would be one of the people who they would tend to go to in case that there's a need to finish some things. Lalo na kung napapansin nilang, ito si yes person to. So, why don't we throw the projects at her? Di ba? Yung mga ganon.
I remember when I stepped on the OM role, when I started handling team leaders na I began to realize ayoko ng yes man. Gusto ko yung TLs ko or yung mga leaders that are reporting to me, even my OMs later on even my OMs, I don't want them saying yes to me all the time. Kasi I want the people reporting to me and the people I'm working with can also learn how to set boundaries, can also learn when to say how and when to say no. Not just to me, but of course to literally anyone, and make sure that they are able to prioritize both their personal and their professional life. Hindi pwedeng work. Kasi I learned that the hard way before nung TL pa ako. Super grind talaga ako. Na I'm spending hours and hours, like 12 to 16 hours every day sa office because take on ng project, because after completing those projects, meron akong prize towards the end of that na magiging senior TL ako and something like that. That's not just my perception. Na if I do more work and if I do an excellent job on these projects that I said yes to, right, I will get promoted to an STL. It did come true. It's just that ang na-sacrifice naman nun is of course my mental health, and I broke up with my jowa that time, and yung ganon. So I don't want that happening to anyone, most especially to the leaders who were reporting to me. Ayoko maging dahilan ng pagkasira ng kanilang buhay.
Correct. And I think where you're coming from also, Jay, is to prevent disappointments. Kasi, di ba, if those people under you or reporting to you are, keep saying yes to everything, na parang, are you really sure na kaya mo tong i-deliver within this deadline? Diba? Tapos pag hindi, it would lead to disappointment rather than them being honest na, no dito. Kasi there are a lot of deliverables and I'm expected to finish it within the week. And you're asking me to finish it within this week too. So parang, well, I can, somehow work on it, but I'm not be able to guarantee na I'll be able to finish it like on time. So probably mauusog siya. So is there a possibility na ma-extend ganon? But what if that person is not open about it? And then diba, nag-yes lang sila.
If that person is not open about it, then involve them. Involve your boss. Okay, I understand. I'll take this on. I have no worries about my skills to finish your project, boss. Now, I need your help. Help me prioritize. If you open that conversation with your boss, now, okay, boss, I need your help, right? Help me prioritize. Then you are also involving your boss in the success of that project.
And there's this even one person that I know of, sabi niya, kaya nahihirapan ako. Bakit? Sabi ko kasi lately sa work, parang I've been thrown a lot of projects and I'm not able to manage everything. So I always end up with nothing. Parang wala siyang natatapos. Madalas lumalagpas siya sa deadline. So, syempre, mas lalong umiinit, no? Sa workplace. Kasi bakit itong taon to, ang daming project, pero ni isa walang natatapos. Ganito, diba? And then, ang ginagawa niya daw pala kasi, she tried her best to be more open naman, no? Like, properly communicate her dilemmas, her challenges, and, setting proper expectation. It's just that, let's say, for example, this or her boss reach out to her na saying that, hey, are you available to do this project? I'm gonna need it within this date, ganyan, ganyan. And then she would be open by saying that, oh, I can try to fill that in with all of my tasks right now, but with the deadline that you mentioned, I'm not sure I'd be able to finish it at that time. And then, si ganito naman, sabi niya, okay, but would you be able to do it naman? Just let me know if hindi. So, sinabi niya hindi. Kaya lang, parang ang sagot, instead na, okay, I'll just find someone else. Ganyan. Hindi, ang sinagot. Kaya lang kailangan na eh. Parang ganon. Nagtanong ka pa, wala ka din naman palang choice kundi gawin.
Correct. Carry lang yung sige, I'll look for someone else. Okay po, boss. Thank you for considering me. Yeah, siguro I'll pass muna ako now, but definitely let's circle back on any new projects moving forward.
Oo. Kaya kung nakikinig ka ngayon, sana magkaroon ng liwanag.
Correct. And one thing then, saying no is a skill. It's not a weakness. So if you are able to learn when and how to say no, then girl, you have already elevated your leadership competency.
Ang hirap din, no? Nakaka-burnout yung ganun, yung yes ka ng yes. Ayan, dumami tuloy ng dumami hanggang sa ma-overwhelm ka, napaparalyze ka na, you don't know what to do, di ba? Mas mahirap naman yun, rather than learning how to say no. But then again, you also have to know when to say yes, di ba? So yun pa rin yung bottom line natin, Jay. And I like that.
And that wraps up another episode of the BPO Break Room. Salamat sa pagsama sa akin today.
We hope you enjoyed the kwentuhan and learned something new. Don't forget, laugh, learn, and level up.
And follow us on Spotify, YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok for exciting updates, tips, and more chikahan.
Give us a thumbs up and share this with your workmates. Baka ito na ang break time inspiration nila. Until next time, stay awesome, stay productive, and always take time to recharge. Kita-kits ulit dito sa The BPO Break Room.